So, welcome back. We'll be doing another Marvel Moon Knight sort of review, rant, conversation, let's call it, about the fourth episode. So, as we've discussed before, I love the show. I love the way that they're doing the mental health or mental status storyline and the obstacles, let's call them obstacles, the obstacles that Mark is going through, that Steven's going through, and then how that affects, his relationships with like Layla, Khonshu, the rest of the world around him, how they perceive what he's going through, how what he's going through is, they kind of toy with the idea that maybe it's real, maybe it's not real. It's an interesting concept. I will say this, I was not expecting what they decided to do in this episode, so they focus a little bit more on the specifics of going into the tomb. Okay, this is what we were building to, this is what Arthur Harrow was trying to find, this is the big problem, this is what's going to go on. Very Indiana Jones in this episode, a lot darker in the episode. Obviously going through tombs, there isn't, lighting. I got a bunch of lights here, but there's not a lot of lighting, so you're like, oh, I can see every, detail and whatnot. So it was very interesting to see the way that they decided to shoot it. The jump scares in the episode, three jump scares in the episode. Two of them were kind of back to back, and it felt a little excessive, to be honest. Specifically with Layla, like there was a scene where she's kind of Lara Croft Tomb Raidering across the side of the wall. There's two or three, oh no, she's gonna fall, and then it's a thing that jumps out, attacks her. It's one of the mummy protectors of the tomb. You go through, you see Arthur Harrow's character interacting with Layla, and just they're making the villain, the Arthur Harrow character in the episode, a very sympathetic villain. Sort of wisdom, some sort of knowledge. Right, so Arthur Harrow, dividing the characters, trying to figure out what's actually gonna go on. You're not 100% sure what information's been divulged, what the potential issue is gonna be between the main characters, and then they kind of go into they found the tomb, here's what's going on, here's what's gonna happen. The transition, okay, that's what we'll call it. The transition from mental hospital, the kind of cut transition of the tomb is found, Arthur Harrow's character comes in, they're trying to get the stone statue, everything that happens with that, and then they kind of cut transition to the hospital. All of this was potentially a dream, everything that's going on. It's an interesting take on it. I think if they had pushed it a little differently and maybe made it that instead of what happened to Mark, the times he went to sleep, he transitioned into this idea of this mental hospital he was in, it would have been a little bit, I won't say easier, but maybe it would have played with the idea a little bit more for the Mark character of, am I dreaming, am I awake, what's reality, as opposed to it being the very aggressive shift from the main storyline that you've been seeing to this hospital concept. I do think, oh, you were the Scarecrow, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there, is a good way to tie in that, is he dreaming, is it real? There's definitely a lot of things, a lot of cues. You see the office that the Arthur Harrow's character, who's playing the doctor, intake therapist kind of person, you see it's kind of cut out, sort of looks like a tomb, but the whole room's painted white, still has a cane, still has the sandals on. So, the Mark character very quickly understands, oh, wait a minute, you're the guy that is the bad guy, oh no. So, the episode ends with Mark kind of reintroducing himself to the idea of what's currently happening. Because when the episode first starts, he's a little kind of groggy, and he's like, I don't know what's going on, am I here, is this real, was that real? And then by the end, he's like, no, I know what's going on, we've got to get out of here. By the end of the episode, there's two things that happen that are very interesting. One, the camera sort of shifts, and you see all the lighting shift, which kind of helps him understand this may not be real. And then the other thing, he sees Steven in the sarcophagus in a room, one of the many rooms down the hallway that he's running down. He lets him out. There's another sarcophagus that he finds. Someone's banging on it, obviously being that it's in his mind, probably somebody else. I'm thinking it's the other character that's supposed to be in his mind, the Jake character, the cab driver persona that has not fully been introduced, was kind of teased in the episode before when they were kind of battling back and forth, who's killing all these people. both of them are saying, it's not me, I don't know what's going on. It'll be really interesting to see what happens, because at this point, no powers, kind of trapped in his mind and trying to get back out to free Khonshu, deal with the situation with Hame, and then end of the episode offers a twist. The twist is sort of something you see coming, not really, won't really spoil it for you. And then it just cuts. Very interested to see where this show goes. I think it's only 6 episodes. Yeah, I think it's only 6 episodes for the season, so it'll be very interesting to see what they decide to do as far as him getting his powers back, dealing with the main story arc of the Arthur Harrow character releasing Amit, and then how they're gonna tie that in, if they decide to tie it in to the larger Marvel universe, the same way they did with like Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do with all of that. So if you like this video, if you have any comments, like the show, you don't like the show, you like the representation on the show and how they're depicting Cairo and Egypt and mental health issues, or just in general, you just want to say something. Hey, I like the video, make more. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe, do all that stuff that everybody always says to do on YouTube, and we'll do it again next week.